Dragonball Daima, Episode 5, Panzy. We learned a lot about our newest character, but we also learned one of my favorites may not be all that trustworthy. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, Brent here back with variants cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. This time, Dragon Ball Daima. And we learned that Pansy is not just your average run of the mill girl. Pansy is the heir apparent to the third demon world. Talk about a huge come up from who we thought was just some terrible weapon maker that was trying to fight for social justice. Nope. True on rebellion fashion, she would almost fit like a Princess Leia esque role, if you will. She's very good mechanically. She's definitely very mouthy. She's definitely very open about people's rights. And she's trying to do what people are very concerned with, which, very, very good thing to have in leadership. Something that is exciting to see that the third demon world, while it has its problems, there does seem to be a family out there that's genuinely trying to fix what's going on. And the character that we have now, or at least I do anyway, you can set off in the comment section below. I have trust issues pertaining to Glorio. And I understand being a spy is one thing. I understand being someone who's a little bit standoffish is another thing. But also, someone who is directly lying to the people that he says he's trying to help, that I find a little skeptical. Because for all things concerned, Glorio did what he allegedly set out to do. His mission was to get Goku all the way to the third Demon World King and just make sure there was a formal introduction, just to go ahead and try and figure out what was going on. It turns out Glorio was not summoned by the third Demon World King to make this happen. Glorio approached him. That doesn't seem like a big deal to many, but to me, it changes the entire preface of the conversation. What pushed Glorio to go down this route? What caused him to consider making this move? How did he know that Goku is the person who defeated Majin Buu if he wasn't privy to the information that the third Demon King had, who only wants King Goma out because he believes he'll be a terrible ruler? There's a lot of questions that are slowly starting to add up and make a character who I thought was pretty cool, pretty funny, and someone who's been overall just as trustworthy as a spy can be, completely untrustworthy. Glorio is now someone I'm looking at very, very skeptically because we saw how we had the Supreme Kai's brother, another member of the Glind, was able to perceive what was going on involving Majin Buu. They were using a giant sphere-esque room that had a whole bunch of TVs, cameras, whatever you want to call it, to kind of gauge in on the outside world and get this level of information pertaining to our heroes. Glorio was not seen in that shot. Glorio was not seen in that room. He wasn't even seen sneaking a peek at what was going on in that room. The only person that had a look going on in that room that, King Goma was not aware of was his doctor. Did this doctor go out of her way to contact Glorio, set this information up, this little thing, just to help the third demon realm king take up the mantle of the supreme ruler of the demon world out of the goodness of her heart? Or is there something more to it? And I'm betting you, if you are an intelligent being, there's got to be a lot more to it. This doctor seems to be playing multiple sides and realizes that Goku is a key player to making these things happen. Elsewhere, we also realize that the third Demon World's king, while he seems like an overall good dude, as long as you're pushing his incentives and helping him out, he's willing to give you pay raises even because Goku was faced against all of his warriors. It was basically a 50-on-1 fight, Goku versus all, because, well, Goku. And ultimately, Goku comes out on top. But again, those guys were all offered huge pay raises if they could defeat Goku. Seems fair. If you can get the job done better than he can, I'll pay you more. That sounds kind of like a great working class thing to have, just in general. And on top of that, he seems rather agreeable to what's going on, albeit everything involving Pansy was a little bizarre because we've learned now that demons age entirely differently. 1,000 years of life is pretty standard or somehow low for them. Goku, on the other hand, well, he's probably pushing close to 60 right about now. Looks like he's probably, low 30s. He's probably in his physical prime for all things considered. But again, due to the aging process from Goma, he looks like he's about 10. Pansy, on the other hand, who is the royal princess of this kingdom, is 82. And she looks like she's 7 at most. And for the third demon world king to offer his daughter, when she comes of age, and she's 82, mind you, to Goku as a wife is both out of pocket and entirely crazy. But also, I can't help but think this may be the first time Goku has verbally acknowledged the fact that he is not only married, but has kids at the same time while having to turn someone down, so to speak, which again is still such a bizarre proposition. Hey, make me supreme ruler of this realm. You get to marry my daughter who is way too young for our standards, but should be just fine for you in a few, what, centuries? Are we assuming humans live that long? And also, are you assuming there's consent behind this? Like, there's a lot of weird questions that, when you think about it, just really don't make sense. He seems like a good dude, just a little bit on the slower side mentally, if you will. He doesn't seem to be all there as far as the how to get the job done. He just knows that he thinks, anyway, that King Goma is the wrong dude for the role and that he could be the one for the job. As well, we kind of get a little sneak peek of what's going on with Dende. Dende is being taken care of royally. Like, his life right now is probably better than it was on the lookout, to be honest. Instead of having to hang out with Mr. Popo, who, let's just be frank, can be a bit of an intimidating individual. If you saw Team 4 Stars DBZ or Bridge, you know. Don't mess with Popo. Respect Popo's training. Popo, probably not the best conversationalist to be stuck with on a floating palace for all of eternity. Doesn't really seem all that ideal. On top of that, now he's basically a baby. No job, no role, no responsibilities. You have someone read you bedtime stories, and you're being rocked and just being taken care of to eventually grow up and then create Dragon Balls for this kingdom. Doesn't sound that bad of a job, to be honest. Dende probably is seeing this more as a vacation, albeit a forced vacation, than anything. It was like your job forced you to take time off, but like during that time off, you learned a lot and you felt a lot better about the situation going on involving everybody. So overall, I call it a win for Dende. He's still being held captive. Goku and his crew now have a ship, but again, because Pansy overpacked the ship, they already crashed with Glorio within a matter of minutes. So Pansy, time to step up or show you that you're truly a mechanic that even Bulma could be proud of. And they have sent somebody to go grab Vegeta, Piccolo, and the others. So it'd be interesting to see what's going on with that. Not a lot's happened in this series. The pacing seems to be a little slow, but overall, I'm still enjoying the ride. And as always, respect to the OG, Akira Toriyama. Be sure to hit that lovely subscribe button if you have not already. You've listened to me ramble for about 8.5 minutes. Clearly, there's something here in the review that you enjoy. I'm Brent for Geek Variants. Thank you all so much for watching our videos and continue to help us watch our videos so we can potentially get monetized to bring you guys even better content. I'll see you guys sometime tomorrow for Baldur's Gate 3 live stream honor mode. See you then.